Just got done watching Carl Froch versus Mikkel Kessler, the rematch, and what a great fight. This is the reason we watch the sport. You know, I mean, obviously we hardcore fans enjoy all styles of fights, but this style was very entertaining. I mean, for any whether you're casual, hardcore, this was a very, very entertaining fight where two top fighters put it on the line and they gave it their all. You know, they left it in the ring. This fight I enjoyed even more than their first fight. You know, it was more brutal though. It was a more brutal fight, and you know, I didn't score it round for round, but I will definitely watch it again. But I don't see how you can give the fight to Mikkel Kessler. Froch, I felt won this fight clearly, but I will watch it again like I always do and score it to get an exact score, just to see, you know, where points spread wise, where, you know, it actually stand, at least from my point of view, my objective. Great fight, candidate for fight of the year. You know, up to now, so far, it's probably the fight of the year. You know, looking for something to pass this, because this was greatness that, you know, we just watched. This was a great piece of history added to boxing. I feel like Carl Froch has improved slightly, since the Andre Ward loss. You know, I felt like Kessler is, you know, there's a guy that faced a couple serious injuries, to be, you know, significant injuries. He can, these guys are definitely deserve their spot in the division. You know, the number 2 and number 3 guy. I would like to see them both fight again. And, you know, honestly, a fight like this, you think rubber match. You want to see that third match. But I don't think they should fight right away. I would like to see Carl Froch go on to face Andre Ward. I know Froch has already taken a little jabs at Ward by saying his style's not that entertaining, you know. And I think he did that in purpose and intentionally to, you know, kind of, you know, draw Andre Ward's attention more. But, you know, like I said, I feel Carl Froch has gotten slightly better since the Andre Ward loss. Let me get to this fight tonight, man. Kessler hit Froch with some bombs, and Froch did not seem to be affected like that. He just did not. This dude has a granite chin, man, and he remains a granite chin. He lives up to it. He proves it every time he steps in the ring. He took some massive shots from Kessler. Dude stood up to it and gave Kessler shots. And this is a case of where Froch landed more harder shots. Kessler also landed harder shots, but Froch landed more harder shots, and he definitely affected Kessler with his shots. So it's a matter of quality and quantity. You know, Froch's shots were affecting Kessler deeply. I mean, Kessler showed that they affect him, whereas Froch took them shots very, very well, man. Very well. You know, Carl Froch truly has a what you call granite chin, man. When you say the definition of a chin, just put Carl Froch's name after it, man. This guy has a chin. Froch did good with the jab, you know, putting some distance, but when he had to bang, he banged, man. You know, Froch is just a boxer puncher. When you say boxer puncher, put Carl Froch's name after that one too. Froch is a boxer puncher, man, and he used his jab well. Kessler was better defensively tonight. I like this defense. And yo, Kessler turned Froch so many times by dipping the jab. He would turn him and had him on an angle, but he didn't attack. You know, I think you know, Kessler was just too mechanical tonight. I know that's how he usually fights, but I think he waited way too much tonight. Especially when he turned him, man. When he dipped the shot, he turned Froch so many times. Sometimes he had Froch in the corner. He can unleash on him combinations. You know, you got to be quick. You got to be first. You got to, especially against a guy like Carl Froch. But, you know, he didn't let his hands go at all times. Now, he had some good rounds where he let his hands go. And like I said, even when he let his hands go and he landed solid shots, which I give him great credit for, Froch just took the shots great, man. And Froch would come back and Kessler would show that he's hurt. So, you know, it was a great, entertaining fight. I enjoyed it more than the first fight. More brutal fight. Less technical and more brutal, you could say like that. I like to see Froch face Ward in a rematch. I'm not going to be quick to judge that fight or give a prediction on that fight. But I do think, I'll say this, I think it will be a different fight than it was. Regardless if they fight in the UK or the USA, I think it'll be a different fight. Yeah, so Froch is the only person else to avenge your loss is to Ward. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. So, that's how, Froch knocks out Butte. He beats Kessler. He's come back with a vengeance. And one thing I want to say before I end this video, this is what boxing's about. You see how Froch got beat by Ward and he didn't let that get him down? He continued his career. Okay, I lost to Ward. So what? Who else can beat the Cobra? The Cobra strikes hard with that venom. And he eliminated anybody else that was in his fucking way. Now we're back to Andre Ward. Let's do the rematch and let's see what happens this time. He could do better even if he loses. But I like how Froch showed that your career doesn't have to be over just because you lose the biggest fight of your career. It doesn't have to be over. So to all the other fighters or young fighters that lose a fight, your career don't have to be over. Stay with it, strive with it, stick with it. Your heart will get you through it. The same way it gets you in the ring. Never mind the criticism, absorb it, because some criticism is good, it's constructive. But Victor Ortiz, I want to see him come back, get in the mix, come back strong. Ortiz can beat a lot of people. Robert Guerrero, I want to see him come back strong. Robert Guerrero can beat a lot of people. Andre Berto, I want to see him come back strong. Andre Berto can beat a lot of people. Nonito Donaire, I want to see him come back strong. Nonito Donaire can beat a lot of people, man. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And Amir Khan is still something to reckon with. I know stylistically there's some bad matchups for him, but it's still something to reckon with. Garcia versus Matisse, the best man wins. Whoever loses that fight, I want to see him go on. The sport of boxing continues, it goes on. The fighters must go on too. So stop trying to knock fighters every time they lose, because I know boxing fans are the worst. There's a lot of other, just because they lose to the best opponent or one of the biggest fights of their career, they can still go on, they can prosper, they continue to make exciting fights. Because, hey, I give you an example right here. Just pulling something out of the hat trick real quick. Okay, I'll take these two, for instance. Matisse and Maidana is an exciting fight. They might not be able to beat other guys, but Matisse versus Maidana is an exciting fight. Matisse versus Victor Ortiz is probably an exciting fight. Guerrero versus Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz is probably an exciting fight. Andre Berto versus, let's say, a Lucas Matisse. Berto might not have all the skills, but dude's definitely got heart, and he came back strong against Guerrero, man. He reconfigured Guerrero's face a little bit, too, at the end. So, just because the point is, just because a guy loses a fight, there's still other matchups that can make very exciting fans, especially for you fans that just, the blood and guts, the Arturo Gotti type fans, I like to call them, the guys that just want to see a war every time. There's a lot of exciting fights. You put the two brawlers together, or you put the brawler versus the boxer puncher together, and it can give you entertaining fights. And Carl Froch, that's exactly what he did, man. And I'm proud of Froch for it. I'm a fan of Carl Froch. I'm a fan of the underdogs, and I like to see these underdogs when you lose to come back strong, because there's still a lot of fights you can win, and Carl Froch proved that tonight. Just because you lose one big fight doesn't mean you can't come back strong. So to all the fighters that have taken losses, I want to see them come back strong, man. Great night of boxing tonight. Great fight. Fight of the year so far in my book. Enjoyed it thoroughly, man. Slideways 100. I'm out.